Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Marla Ramirez. I'm so excited that you decided to join me today, and if this is your first time joining me, then welcome to my channel. This space is just going to be a safe space to talk about makeup and my love for makeup. Makeup is super therapeutic for me, and so I just wanted to start this channel to share my love with the world. Today, actually, I have a really exciting video planned because I guess it's really exciting for me. I am going to be talking about my top 5 palettes for spring. I'm super excited for springtime because my birthday month is in April, so that's one of like the top reasons, let's be real. Just, you know, a little disclaimer, like in my other videos, I am filming with natural daylight, so the lighting might change a little bit through the video. There are also cars driving around since I'm filming in the middle of the day, so if you do hear some outside noise, I do apologize. But let's go ahead and get right into the video because I don't want to have that long of an intro. I'm going to start off with the palette that I actually have on my eyes. It's the majority of what I have on my eyes, and I'll talk about the little bit that's from another palette. But this is going to be the Violets palette from Profusion. I wanted to use this one today because this is actually a $5 palette, y'all. So it looks like this. It's super pretty, has all these gorgeous purples, some browns, and then these shimmery shades here. It is $5. You can purchase this palette on profusion.com, or you can also purchase it at Walmart, and I just think it's super good quality. I used a lot of the shades on my eyes today actually. So I used, let me just tell you, in my crease I used this lilac shade. On my lid I have mostly this shimmery purple shade, which is Pegasus. For my outer crease, I did use Blissful, and on the very bottom lower lash line and kind of smoked up to my crease, I used this shade and this shade. So that's Aubergine and Fudge. And all of them are super good quality. I think that they're really gorgeous. I only have a different shade on my inner corner and then just to highlight my brow bone, but everything else was created with this palette. I just really think purples are super beautiful for springtime, really any time of the year, but specifically for springtime. And if you are afraid of color but you want to start playing around with it and testing it, I would definitely recommend to start with this palette. It's $5. It's not a huge commitment, and if you try out the shades and it's something that you decide you don't really like, at least you're not out a lot of money. So I definitely wanted to mention this one. The next palette, which is the one that I have a shade on my like inner corner of my eyes, this is gonna be Huda's Mercury Retrograde. This palette's gorgeous. I think Huda's palettes are just so aesthetically pleasing. They're just such a gorgeous palette. I don't know, it feels really nice when I use it. It's kind of weighty. It definitely is kind of pricey. It is, I believe, $65 if I'm not mistaken. So the packaging is kind of reflective, so hopefully I am not blinding you all too much. But this palette is just so pretty. I used this light pink shade on the inner corner of my eye, so that's kind of what you see bright in there. These shadows are all just super pretty. I think this is like the perfect palette for spring. It has a mix of blues, a mix of like pastel purples, and then you do have like your neutral shades. I think the shimmers in this palette are just so gorgeous. This one would be my second pick for sure. So for my third pick, I'm gonna talk about a Colourpop palette. This is the Colourpop Garden Variety palette, and I mean, this packaging just screams springtime to me. It's just such pretty packaging. It's kind of like embossed and like raised, and it's just so pretty. Looks like this. Gets kind of messy since it's the cardboard packaging, but all of these shades are just so pretty. I love the peachy shades that are in this palette. It has the purple and the green pop as well. These shades, the purple and the green, are going to be like not super pigmented. It's kind of like a lighter finish or lighter pigmentation on them, but I think that that's really good for people that are kind of scared to dip into color. It's not going to be like a like color vomit on your eyes basically. It's gonna let you kind of build up to it. So I really like this palette. Like I said, I love the peachy tones. I did check and it is still available on the Colourpop website. So if you haven't tried Colourpop, this is a good little beginner palette. They do offer a lot of different sales, so I wouldn't really pay full price for it. I would wait to either get it on a sale or use like a coupon code for it, because I do think that it is priced at $20. The next palette is actually going to be a newer palette to me. It is the Sigma Enchanted Palette. I picked this one up because Kelly Gooch totally inspired me to get it. She has a YouTube channel on here. If you haven't seen her, what are you doing with your life? Because her channel is so amazing. And this palette did not disappoint. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I did actually get it on a sale. I think it was like $30 because originally it's almost $50, I believe. So it was a really good sale to get it on, but I just love it. It's kind of following along the same theme. We have these purples, these lilacs, we have kind of like a gold shade, and then these greens. And the shimmers in this palette are just to die for. I think the shimmers are really like the star of the palette, and you have these darker mattes to really just set down your look and get everything going. The simplest looks are some of my favorites right now. I really like just diffusing a darker shade in the outer corner and just smacking on a shimmer just all over my lid and throwing on some lashes. It's just, it's my favorite look by far, and it's just so easy. And this palette just makes creating looks super easy. So I definitely recommend it if you haven't tried it already, especially if you like this color story. I feel like all of the palettes that I chose have kind of like this color story theming in mind, but it's just the colors that I'm drawn to for springtime. So yeah, it's a gorgeous palette. And this palette also does come with a double-ended brush from Sigma that's really great quality. I have it with my other brushes, so that's a nice little bonus to get in the palette. The fifth and final palette that I wanted to talk about, it's going to be a little bit different. It is going to be actually a cheek palette. And the reason that I'm talking about this one is because I mentioned it in my tag video that I feel like this palette does not get the hype that it deserves. So I really wanted to just showcase it more. It is a palette from Beauty Bakerie, and it is the Cotton Candy Champagne Blushlighter palette. It looks like this. Beauty Bakerie always kills it with their packaging. It's just so gorgeous. And this is gonna have 4 blush shades that are beautiful on multiple skin tones. So this is what the palette looks like, and you have these 4 shades here, and these are such a unique formula. I don't have anything like it in my collection. I feel like it's even different from a shimmery blush because the sheen in these blushes is just so glow from within, like it's just so beautiful. The formula is smooth, it's not powdery, it literally just melts into the skin like butter, and I just really enjoy it. I think all of the shades on here are gorgeous, and I swatched it in that video that I'm talking about, but let me just show you guys. So those are the swatches, and you can see how all of them just kind of gleam in the sunlight. And I have them on today, and you can see how my cheek is just so like illuminated. And I think that this glowy, beautiful look is just perfect for springtime. It just really makes me feel youthful, and it makes me feel almost like I have like the sunlight hitting my cheeks at all times. I don't know, I just really love how it looks. So it's definitely a palette that I recommend trying. I feel like if I would have to recommend one palette to get, I would go with this one, even though it's a cheek palette, because I think that this is just so unique. And yeah, I mean, I love all of the eye palettes that I showed you. The Violets one is also a palette that I definitely recommend, especially because it's $5. But honestly, like, this is my top pick. One palette that I wanted to give an honorable mention to, but I couldn't really include it in my favorites because I haven't tried it on my eyes yet. It's a palette that's new to me, and the brand is new to me, and I really don't doubt that I'm gonna fall in love with this palette and I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy it when I actually use it. But obviously I couldn't really recommend it to you all because I haven't tried it yet. But this palette is gonna be the Alva II palette from Odens Eye. And I mean, look at the packaging. It's like fairy tale vibes. I love it. It's so, so pretty. And this is what the inside looks like. It's a pastel dream. It's so, so pretty. I wanted to give this a shout out. It is an indie brand. They are from Sweden, and I've seen some of my favorite YouTubers really, really love this palette and love all of the products from Odens Eye. So it's an honorable mention because I feel like I am gonna also love it, but just take it with a grain of salt just because I haven't tried the product yet. So I would suggest looking for other reviews, you know, different things before deciding to purchase it. But I wanted to just mention it with you all. That's gonna cover my top palette recommendations for springtime. I hope that this was a fun video to watch. I've been enjoying watching these videos lately, so I thought, you know what, let me just give my top picks. Let me look through my palette collection, see what I could find. And like I mentioned, all of these are palettes that I've used thoroughly and that I really, really enjoy besides the Alva II. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would also just greatly appreciate it if you can share with anybody that you feel would be interested in watching this video. I hope that you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.